the animal comes out on top of a wooden stove. I did this. I will show the illustration and I will tell you what is inside of my mind when I'm illustrating it. Today is Monday and right now it's 4 p.m. and I would like to make a weekly vlog this week. So I started from today. Today I already did a lot of things. I woke up really earlier compared to what I usually wake up. It was 6 a.m. I wrote the newsletter for the club that I have in Substack. And also this afternoon I worked on a client job. I did a layout for a calendar for the next year. And yeah, basically now I sent her and I'm waiting for her answer to which option she would like to choose. I was here painting an illustration that I am doing for a challenge that I'm enjoying this month. And I would like to share with you what is happening in my mind when I am illustrating or creating an illustration. Like what I ask in my mind and what I see in my mind that could change the illustration, something like that. I will show the illustration and I will tell you what is inside of my mind when I'm illustrating it. I was doing this illustration and it is the theme of this is bark. At the beginning actually I wasn't so inspired to illustrate it. So for instance, when I was sketching the ideas to create the illustration, I started with some random sketches. Like I used another character that I created. And I thought, oh, maybe he's sitting up on the trunk tree, like a cutted trunk tree, and covering him with a piece of bark because it's raining. Or maybe I can drawing a close-up of a trunk, and in this trunk someone is living here. Or maybe I can draw this character, he is the same character as here, and he is sitting inside of a bark. And then I wasn't so inspired this day and I thought these ideas weren't working. Then okay, let's start again. But then I saw some potential on this sketch. Then okay, let's put this sketch in a scene. Like, okay, maybe he is going down on a hill, for example. This is inspired by my childhood. I used it to play with my brother, like going down on a hill with some, I don't know the name of this part of this palm tree, but it's the cover of the seeds. And we used to sit inside of that and going down in the hill. It was really fun. And then I thought maybe I can do the same, but instead of this palm tree thing, I could use the bark, like as I drew the character. And then, okay, so let's create a more interesting composition with that. And then I sketched it. I put the character here, he's going down on a hill. I drew the hill in this way to do more movement, put some elements here and some elements in the background. Also some little characters that I like to put in the illustrations that I do, like it's you need to search for new characters or new interesting things, so I like to put these little things in the illustration. And okay, let's refine it. So I refine it like this. Okay, it's still a sketch, it's not a drawing, but I used to do that to painting. So in the painting part, I add other things and I improving the drawing basically. It's a nice scene, but I don't know, something didn't click for me. And then I restarted again. I did, where is the sketch here? Like I thought, okay, maybe it's just a scene of a forest with a composition that leads the eye of the viewer to the center. And here is a character. In this case, is a bird. And that's where I started to painting it. So I am in this stage right now. I did the block color and now I'm doing the texture and put light and shadow. What I would like to share right now is like in this stage, I can see different forests. For example, I can see this forest as a fog forest. So maybe I could go to this direction. Or maybe another direction that I could go is like, okay, maybe it's spring and the forest is covered of flowers. So I can paint a lot of flowers at the ground and paint a lot of mosses on the trunk trees. Or even I can see this forest as a winter forest. So in this case, instead of this grass, I could add the snow and I could paint the snow at the trees trunks, and then the color of the trunks would be different also. So there's a lot of possibilities. And in this case, as I can be more free to choose the direction, probably actually I am in doubt about the fog or the spring forest. But I think I go with the spring forest. Let's see how it will end. But yeah, this is happening in my mind while I am painting it. Like I'm painting the grass and I'm thinking, okay, where is the shadow here? Where is the light here? And for that, first I decided to draw the direction of the light. So when I'm painting, I can understand that, okay, the light will go like this and the shadow also. Yeah, basically is that I would like to share you what is happening inside of when I am painting or drawing illustration. What I did today, like just to do the checklist, I reviewed my newsletter and posted it. I did some admin stuffs, like I wrote some emails, replying some people. And yeah, I have this illustration to finish. And also I would like to finish more 3 illustrations. I know this is impossible, but probably I will try to finish more 2. Because for this challenge, I'm kind of late. This one with the bar prompt, because it is a month challenge. Each day there is a theme to illustrate. Basically, this one I should posted 2 days ago. So I have this one, the yesterday post, today not post, but illustration. Today illustration, and I would like to do the tomorrow illustration, but it would be insane to do that. Like what you are thinking when you are drawing or painting? Are you like asking the same questions, or do you have another questions in your mind or other thoughts in your mind? And how you deal with that, like when you are painting an illustration that you can be free on the direction? How you choose the direction for that? Because I think this is really interesting to think how the artist choose the direction, or how is this conversation inside of your mind when you are creating something. For me, it's really interesting to know that. I'd like to show you the illustration that I was showing before when I was explaining about what's happening in my mind. So I'd like to show you the result of the illustration. What I really liked in this illustration is that how I rendered the grass. It looks like fluffy and there's a lot of shades of green and yellow, because the yellow is the light. For me, it's really fun to play with these shades and to bring the grass to life. Like, it's really nice, this part. And also the other part that I really like is adding the details, like the little flowers, the mushrooms, the little animals, like in this case, there are 3 mice and some birds. I like this part, and also the part of adding texture. Sometimes I struggle, like in this case I struggled a bit with the trees, but in the end I liked this illustration. There's one thing that maybe I should do different, is like the light, how I painted these highlights of the sun. I don't know, maybe I can do in a different way, but yeah, in the end I liked this illustration. Another thing that I show you is my new hobby. This month, as I said to you, I am joining this challenge. So every day a new illustration, and it is really tiring. Like, it's fun. It's amazing to have such amounts of illustrations in a short time, but also it's a lot of work. Like, sometimes I spend, I don't know, like 2 hours in the painting part, but sometimes I spend 5 hours. Depend of the illustration, depend if it has a background or if it's just about the character with some objects. So it depends a lot. And to bring more joy for me, like, because sometimes, I don't know, probably you also happens to you, like when you are drawing, you are and painting, you are making a lot of decisions. If you do that for like, I don't know, 5 hours straight, you get really tired, like mentally. So for me, usually when I am in this situation, like mentally exhausting, I need to do silly stuffs, like scrolling Instagram. Sometimes I do that and I don't like, but sometimes I do that, like automatically. I opened the app and started scrolling reels to see funny things, like, okay, it's nice to watch funny reels about babies or about animals, cute animals, but I don't like to spend that much time. I already spent a lot of time on Instagram. So to give me a break from doing the illustrations, I started a new hobby, and it's origami. Here is a video about what I was doing right now, like, because today is Wednesday and it's a red night, and I spent the whole day drawing and painting. So I was checking my iPad. It was about 8 hours just in the Procreate app. So it's a lot. So I just did this whale, this little whale, and lily flower. It's really cute. I'm a person that I like to follow instructions, and I like to assemble things. Like, for example, I like to assemble furniture or other types of things. And I don't know, when I was a kid, I also liked to play with these blocks. And in this case, I also like paper a lot. I like paper. Yeah, so I started doing that, like doing origami to give me a break, because it's just follow instructions. I find some websites to follow the instructions. Also, sometimes I go to YouTube to get a tutorial. I did also, for example, this crane. It's really cute. Other things that I did. I did an elephant. Okay, I bring all the things. The whale, the lily flower, the crane. I also did this crane with these wings, so you can just put here like this. A rhino. This was kind of difficult. And an elephant. Also, yeah, I did this cherry blossom. And the final one, I did this tulip and the box to put the tulip inside. So yeah, these are all the creations that I did in my break time from illustration. And why I'm sharing that? I'm sharing that because I think it's nice to have a hobby without monetizing it. Because I don't know if you is that person, because I am. I tend to monetize hobbies. I am this type of person. I really try to not be that person because like illustration, it was a hobby, and right now I am pursuing this career as illustrator. So yeah, I think origami for me, I don't think in that way. I think it's the first time I don't think in that way. And I'm sharing this to inspiring you to do the same if you are this type of person. Of course, you can don't need to be our origami hobby, can be another type of hobbies. So yeah, it's just that I would like to inspire you with that. Yesterday I went to bed really late because after I finished the painting to catch up the challenge because I was late, I decided to draw the next two prompts for the challenge. One is, let me check here. One is hatch and the other is whistle. I knew that the meaning of hatch is when an egg opens and the animal comes out to life. And I was thinking, I don't know, maybe this is too boring, but okay, let's check the other meanings. And I checked the others. And at some point I thought, oh, maybe I can draw a door. So this is it was my brainstorm about how create illustration with the theme hatch. In the end, I came back to the first meaning about the egg, and I thought maybe I can use an illustration that I already did, and I just did it in black and white. So I had this backup if I couldn't came up with a new idea. So I put back this stress about, okay, I need to create a new idea. So because I had already a backup. But in the end, I was searching for inspiration in Pinterest, but then I remembered that I had a photo about a bird in a nest, and I started with this idea, with this photo. Then I searched for more inspiration. Then I found a new photo, not my photos, but in Pinterest. And I started from there. Then I draw, and then I create the composition with the leaves. And right now I finished the illustration. I will show to you. This is the illustration. I really like it. At the first, I started with more accurate color for leaves and for branch and for the birds. Then I was thinking it was too boring, so I decided to change. I took the palette from a painting by Agatha. I can't pronounce her surname, but I love it, the color palette. So I took the inspiration from there. I picked some colors, and then after that I started working on the base colors and shadows and light, and then this illustration come up. And I really like it. Like, it's so nice. I think I really like colors more than anything. Colors and composition. Maybe I can put more effort on that, like study more. And for today also, I catch up the challenge, and now I need to paint in the whistle. I already have the drawing. I can show you. Basically, this drawing, I was searching also again for other meanings about whistle. And then I read a sentence like the whistle from a kettle, something like that. And then I thought, kettle it's an interesting object for me. Like, kettle reminds me my childhood and reminds me my grandmother, like the kettle on top of a wooden stove. So why not drawing something related to my childhood? So I draw this drawing here. First, I drew the objects. Then I thought maybe I can add a bench and add a character there. So I added this old lady drink her tea. And yeah, that's the drawing for this theme. And also today, I think I need to catch up some admin stuffs like email and other stuffs related to that. So yeah, that will be my day today.